Hello and welcome to the channel. Here we talk about my experiences during lockup for educational use. I do not condone or glorify the behaviors in my stories. I spent 2 years in lockup at CFCF, and now that I'm out, I want to tell you guys about it. In this episode, I'm going to talk about the one time that I went to the crazy section of the jail. The one time that I was quote unquote 302'd, okay? And literally, I can say with all confidence, it was not fun. It was not fun at all, okay? Now look, this happened around, I'd say, my first 3 weeks of getting locked up. Okay? What had ended up happening was I went out to go get my medication at the time. Okay? And up until this point, I haven't seen any real crazy things. I've seen maybe 2 fights in my 3 weeks so far. You see what I'm saying? And when I went to go get my medication this one time, there was a colorful person with made booty shorts and made sports bras acting extremely flamboyant. And I'm not gonna lie, it just really weirded me out and it really freaked me out. And you know, I'm kind of not proud of it, but like it really freaked me out on a completely different level to think that I was locked in with people like that I can't escape from. You see what I'm saying? So I ended up going to a couple different social workers, and I kind of told them that I was really missing my family, and I ended up telling them that I was gonna bite off my tongue and drown in my own blood, and that there was nothing they could do to stop me, right? And I realize now how insane that probably sounded to them, right? To the social workers that didn't know me from a can of paint. I'm telling them that I was planning on offing myself for pretty much no reason. So I am not a bigot. So after I said that really crazy shit to the 2 social workers that I was going to bite off my tongue and, you know, drown in my own blood, of course they recommended that I go to, you know, the crazy house. You know what I'm saying? They recommend that I get 302. Okay? But before I actually went to the crazy section, right? They ended up locking me in a cell by myself for 16 hours. A holding cell, just so they can like monitor me pretty much, just to see if I was gonna do it or not. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of in there going a little stir crazy, because I felt as if they kind of singled me out, but like obviously they did, because I just told 2 social workers some really crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? So after the 16 hours in that cell by myself, they ended up taking me to that section. All right, the crazy section of the jail. All right, now in the crazy section of the jail, right, you don't get a jumper, you don't get blue scrubs or anything like that. You get a green smock that everybody refers to as the turtle suit, because you don't have on any underwear underneath the turtle suit. It's just supposed to be, I guess, your quote unquote second skin. If you are allowed into the crazy house with underwear or any types of clothing like that they don't issue you, I guess their way of thinking is that I could rip up my clothes, right, and try to, hang myself with it, or some crazy type thing like that. You see what I'm saying? So that's why we weren't allowed to have actual clothes, just the green smock. All right. Now, mind you, not only did we just have a green smock, but they put you in a room with literally one bed, all right, one toilet and one sink, right? And there's no light switch, so the lights never go off, and for the whole 24 hours that I was in there by myself, I kid you not, I was in there going crazy of boredom because there was nothing to do. You're not gonna get any recreation period, or at least I didn't get any recreation period while I was in my 302 phase, if that makes sense. Literally, it got so boring, and I felt so isolated, obviously, right? That I literally was walking around my bed in circles for hours, talking to myself. And I'm pretty sure I was talking to myself about, some manga. I think it was Pain's powers, the different powers of Pain from Naruto. Literally, I was just walking around my bed for hours, talking to myself. Oh my god, it was so crazy. But long story short, after the first day of me literally just talking to myself and going crazy in that cell by myself, and probably getting maybe 2 to 3 hours of sleep that first night in the crazy house section, they came back and they checked on me the next day just to see if I was still mentally fit, mentally capable of, I guess, going back to general population. To which I promptly told them, yes, please put me back on general population, okay? This part is not for me, okay? And of course, when I say that it wasn't for me, I mean that literally, okay? Because jail is not for anybody unless you're a murdering POS or a touching POS. You see what I'm saying? So, moral of the story is, if you guys ever get locked up and you say some crazy type stuff, expect to go to the crazy house, okay? And don't expect it to be any type of fun or enjoyment in that section of jail at all, okay? You should be thinking, man, jail is not fun, period. All right? But if you guys like this video, please give it a like and subscribe, and have a great rest of your day.